Welcome back. I'm Tasha. Today I thought I'd bring you guys along. I'm going to be working in the garden. It's early. It's supposed to be really hot today, and yesterday was miserable. So the cucumbers are at the point where instead of just fresh eating, we need to go ahead and gather them for, there's a gnat. We need to gather them for preserving. I'll show you, we have a couple rabbits get in the garden and they're kind of destroying our cucumber vines. But luckily, Keith planted extra. So I guess we'll share with the rabbits. But I'm also going to be checking our tomatoes out. Some of them are not looking the best. They may need to be pruned a little more. It's a beautiful morning. It's right around 8 o'clock, and I'm going to try to beat the heat today and get all this done. I also want to wish all you dads out there a very happy Father's Day. I hope you enjoy your day and people spoil you. Got lots of damage. And that's like all of their cabbages, every one of them. You can see here where a little bunny rabbit's getting in here, killing these, which we do have. I think there's only 2 plants. The ducks are being very noisy this morning. Actually, I just see 1 plant. No, I see one down here. 2 plants that they're doing that way. So, I think Keith planted like 40 some, so we're good. And I'll show you. We do have some cabbages that don't look horrible. That one's looking a little better than the others. Let's see. So I see a pretty squash I'm going to go ahead and get. There's all kinds on here. Go ahead and get this one. I need some zucchinis too. I'm wanting to make some zucchini bread. I have zucchinis frozen, but I would rather just go ahead and shred the fresh ones, because usually the zucchini plants do really well. Oh, yeah, bingo, found some. To me, these are perfect size too. Oh, they're still a little wet. See another one over there too. Looks like our bell peppers are doing pretty good. I see little peppers everywhere. Our beans are blooming. They're way taller than I am. Let's see. And normally I am canning beans by the 4th of July, so I'm hoping the same thing this year. The giant pumpkins are doing pretty good. They've like quadrupled in size. The corn is about 3 foot tall right now. You can see some of these smaller ones the ponies got out overnight a couple weeks ago, and they ate some of the corn. But they didn't do as bad damage as we thought they would have. These pretty peas. I normally only grow enough peas to shell and put up for chicken pot pie. We only like them fresh, just like eating them fresh as soon as you pick them, or shelling them and putting them in chicken pot pie. That's the only way we eat them. So there's only like a half of a row here, which will be plenty. Usually I only have to grow them about every other year because we don't have chicken pot pie that much, but when we do, we want fresh peas in it. Sun is starting to come up over the mountains. I'm glad I brought my hat. So I'm gonna get rid of all these bad looking leaves. A repeat about every week. Trim the bad leaves off of the tomatoes so they'll look like this before you get them trimmed, and then once you get them trimmed, they'll be all pretty and nice, and you don't have to worry about not getting a high yield because we still get a lot of tomatoes. And then also tying them up. So that's what we have to do about once a week, right? It'll be worth it though. Doesn't take that long. I've already trimmed these up. They're looking really nice now. I'll work on all the others.
We painted this end row first.
Yeah. So we're going to check the potatoes this week. We checked them last week and they're pretty good size, but we're going to check them again this week. Oh, it's good size. Perfect, actually. Let's see that one. That one's real good sized. So my favorite thing to grow in the garden is potatoes. I don't know, I just like digging them up. They're my favorite. What is yours? What is your favorite thing to grow in the garden?
Tomatoes.
So Keith a lot of times he fusses at me and doesn't want to grow potatoes. He says they take up too much room. I think he just wants extra tomatoes. Is that true?
Yeah. Look at the worms.
Rich. You see all them worms crawling? Well, maybe we need to have a worm farm. Wow, that is a lot. Lane would love that, wouldn't he?
Yep.
Left some small ones. I'm going to get them. The white potatoes are good size too. That should be enough for this week. For the next few days at least.
I've never seen so many worms.
Let me show you guys. Look at these worms. This handful is actually of worms. That's a good sign. Our garden is rich. Oh my goodness. Good night. It's kind of creeping me out.
At least it ain't snakes.
Yeah.
If it was snakes, I'd be gone.
Well, we got worms. Get some lettuce. I'm gonna cut some mint. I like using this in chapstick and my comfrey. What is that?
You want more?
Yeah, I want a big bundle. Yeah, it should be good. All right, let's check the rhubarb. We need to get some of that.
I thought it had to be red.
Yeah, it is red at the bottom.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah. See that stalk? That's perfect. Stalk.
This one?
Yeah, and the stalk below it's perfect.
Usual.
Yes, sir. See, it's red. Get a few more and thin it out. It's especially those leaves that look bad. So this is what we brought in from the garden. We got some summer squash, 2 zucchinis, bucket full of cucumbers, bucket full of red and white potatoes, brought in some lettuce, some rhubarb, and some spearmint. I'm gonna have the spearmint drying. It takes a little while for it to dry, so I'm gonna hang it and let it start drying. It smells so good. So I'm gonna be throwing together a quick summer pasta salad with some of the fresh cucumbers we just brought in. We're gonna be having a cookout for Father's Day, and I thought this would be a good way to use some of these up. I'll show you what all goes in it. It's really quick. If you've got 10 minutes, you've got time to put this together. Just gonna wash about 3 of the cucumbers. You'll need olive oil or vegetable oil. I'm gonna use olive oil because that's what I have. You'll need any kind of pasta. I like the small shells the best in mine. The bow tie's good also. You'll just need some accent. You can use honey or sugar, whichever one you prefer. You'll just need a red onion, chopped up about a half of this. Some cherry tomatoes, about a half of a green pepper. And you'll need vinegar. I just use a regular white vinegar. I'm gonna get all this stuff chopped up and I'll show you what it looks like. As I get it chopped, I'm just adding it in the bowl. Okay, I got all the cucumbers and onions and green pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and just slice some of the cherry tomatoes in half. I've already washed them. Right, got that in. I'm gonna add the pasta and mix the sauce up. We'll set this to the side and I'll make the. So for the sauce, you'll just need 1 cup of olive oil. I've already got a half a cup in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other half. You can hear Keith over here eating in the background. He's taste testing. I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of vinegar. And all together I'm gonna add, I already added some honey, but I'm gonna add about half a cup total of honey instead of sugar. You can use regular sugar. I'm gonna add 4 teaspoons of accent. And we'll just mix all this together. And then you'll just add about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of salt. You can just taste it to see how much you need. Just go ahead and pour it over. And the longer this sits, the better it is. It's so much better the second day. Oh yeah, and add some black pepper. Whatever you like. Amounts. So it's olive oil, honey, accent, vinegar, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, whatever you like. I'll tell you what I used was 1 teaspoon of salt and about a teaspoon and a half of black pepper. I like black pepper. So you'll just cover it and let it sit in the fridge. Of course, you gotta give it a little taste test. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope y'all have a blessed day.